Yay! So hi, boys and girls. If you can hear me, Paul is having technical difficulties with his microphone and is having to do the art of miming for you at home. I don't know, but while you do that, let me greet the boys and girls here in chat. We've got Paul in chat. We've got Upwelder. We've got Darren, aka Demon Sub. We've got Spam and Egg.
Hello.
And that's it now.
I think I now have our audio. Hello, Chris. God, no, long time no see, buddy.
Oh, hi, Chris. How are we doing?
Technical difficulties. Quick, bingo cards a go. Go, go, go. Good evening, everybody. Let's try that again. This time without the art of mime. Yeah, hello, welcome to another live stream. As you can tell, the first 30 seconds give you a rough idea of exactly what to expect. Absolute fucking chaos and not a single degree of professionalism. Right.
It's what we do best.
It's what we do best. So, let's start as we mean to go on. Let's welcome everybody who's joined us.
Did.
Let's welcome everybody who's joined us in the Chattledy chats. Good evening to Paul Howells. Right, Paul, get typing, mate, because we want an explanation. For everybody who follows Paul Howells, who is the owner of Pandyman Entertainment, of the fantastic Trench Offensive and Threat Level 0 games, he's broken his collarbone, apparently. So we're going to get a breakdown in the chat of how the fucking hell he managed to break his collarbone.
Breakdown was the wrong word to use in that context, you dickhead. I don't think he needs reminding about it.
So, yeah, well done, Paul. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Oh, actually, if you can't type, you'll probably have to get the wife to do it. I don't know which collarbone you broke. Hello to Upworlder, stroke Trevor. Hello to Darren, good to see you, sir. Hello to Spam and Egg, that's David's other half for everybody who's new. And hello to Chris, an old friend of ours from our local gaming club. Good to see you, sir, because you don't often see. Hello Ewok, good to see you, sir. And no doubt some of the other regulars will be along shortly. So yeah,
my collarbone doing a belly flop on some sand twice. So hang on a minute, did you belly flop once, decide that wasn't good enough, and then you went fuck it, let's do it again?
Mate, that explanation just raises so many more questions. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'll tell you what we can do. We can do a reenactment the next time we see him at UK Games Expo.
Yeah. We'll do a skit. So, yeah. So,
we love you, Paul.
That's brilliant. Yeah, so I don't know if you're making it to UKGE, Paul, but yeah, we'll get you out the front and then you can just sort of like dive on the ground in front of the usual Viking camp that no doubt they'll have there like they have every year, and show us exactly how that went. Hello, Chris Ben, stroke because of Ben. For everybody who's new here, we've all got aliases. Welcome to the confusion.
The tone will be lowered.
Paul says, I am not belly flopping onto concrete. Mate, what more damage can you do? Frankly, how much worse can it get?
Make a matching set.
Yeah. Crazy. Well done. So, yes, for those of you who are new in YouTube land, welcome to the Thursday night live stream where David and I basically talk bollocks for 2 hours, but it allows you to get some hobby done. So crack on, crack out those paints, crack out those modelling tools. Let's get something built. Let's get something painted. Let's get on with it. Our usual format is we will give you a rundown on what we're going to try and do constructive tonight to make it not a complete waste of everybody's time. Then we'll tell you a little bit about what we got up to at our gaming club on Monday night, which I think is an absolute fucking banger tonight. If you want to belly flop onto sand at UKG, go to the Warlord stand and do it onto their desert table. That'll go down well. That can't end badly.
Yeah, it's when you end up with all the fucking metal miniatures puncturing your spleen and everything as well.
Yeah, it's all right. That's true. So, yeah, then we've got a couple of bits of news. There's GW drama, everybody. There's GW drama.
Oh, there's
quick,
a surprise.
set fire to the internet. There's GW drama. Fucking hell. As if we give a shit. So then we've got a really relaxed, go nowhere, say nothing main topic tonight. Partially because both of us are a little bit burned out, but partially because we couldn't be fucked. So, just live with it. We're
taking the cop out and previewing Partizan.
Yeah, we
you all.
phoned it the fuck in. So yeah, what we'll be doing tonight is just having a quick scroll through. We're going to doom scroll our way through the Partizan Facebook group because it's Partizan Wargaming Show at Newark this Sunday. David and I are going for the first time. I'm quite excited because I think it's going to be a bit of a historicals fest. So it's going to be an absolute
Am I going to have to get the leash out for you? It's a historical fest and you're of an age now.
To be honest, I'll tell you the biggest problem is it's a Sunday event. I don't know if you've seen the floor plan. The floor plan is fucking massive. Or it looks it. It looks as intimidating as hell. And I don't think that we're going to have time to film everything that we want to film. And talk to everybody we want to talk to. So the hardest part. Well, no, the hardest part for me is like, who do we talk to and who do we not? That is the thing I'm not looking forward to, because some of the tables and that was just scrolling quickly through their Facebook look amazing. But again, it's an absolute total contrast to the UK Games Expo experience, which is very mainstream, very commercial, very broad church. This does look a bit grognardy. I'm sure it's probably got other flavours of game in there, but it does look to be very historicals dominant. And it's not about.
Should I not mention rivet counting then?
Probably. Well, if you don't mention it now, you'll be mentioning it next week when we tell everybody about how it went. But that's not a bad thing. Hola, cheese me, stroke Limburger. For those of you who are not regulars, let's do this because I've not done it for a few weeks. Quite a lot of our audience are active members of the On Tabletop community. If you haven't been to the On Tabletop website and you're into the kind of geeky shit that we're into, what have you been doing? You need to get down there. They do have a sort of like a membership sort of, they used to call it Backstager, but it's now called Otters. We've got like a little acronym. But what it basically means is you pay for paywalled content, extra videos, that sort of shit. I would highly recommend it. I think it's about £40 per year, something like that. And it's fantastic value. You get to join
less than £1 a week.
You get to join an absolutely awesome community of like-minded individuals for a start. That's without even considering the team at On Tabletop put out some fantastic video content, and it supports them in everything that they do. Gaming news, how to plays, fucking you name it, battle reports,
jerry cans,
yeah, terrain and construction and painting, and it's all there. Everything's there. And just in case you were wondering, they also do cover game board news and game board board game playthroughs and RPG stuff. Board game, you know what I mean. I'm 50 years old.
You're really struggling to English tonight.
I've crossed the threshold of 50. I can put the words in whatever fucking order I like. Tell me different.
You'll be off to the home next. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. That's my shill for because and for no other reason than it's just amazing and it's worth doing. So go and do it. Shall we crack on with the first thing tonight, then, mate? Do you want to show everybody what you're working on?
Go on, then.
And you can ask. Well, you can get some opinions on where to go with your washing. So you're still working on your Flames of War table terrain, yeah?
Any trees for any sort of Greenfields table, but particularly for the Flames of War game, because at the moment I'm absolutely loving Flames of War. So last week you all saw me slap English uniform all over these motherfuckers, and this week in a similar vein, we're now slapping wash all over them to turn them from obviously the very bright brown they are over here to a more subdued shade, shall we say.
Tell you what, though, I
So-
mean, I think there was some initial skepticism, but that was an awesome colour choice for bark. I don't think it was a bad starting point at all for trees. A lot of people tend to go for really dark browns, like chocolate brown or burnt
Yeah,
umber,
but the
and
problem
I
there's
think
a
it's
bit
too
of
dark.
texture on these, and I don't think if I'd have gone with the dark brown, this wash step would have even been worth it.
No, I agree.
see
I agree with you totally, mate. And that's what I was just exactly what I was saying. I think that some people often have a tendency to go too dark with their wash steps. So basically,
it's a lovely bark, apparently.
yeah. So yeah.
And then the
just for anybody
other
who's
thing-
just for anybody who's watching later on YouTube, if you're the reason chat makes no sense now is you're currently seeing essentially every in-joke from the on-tabletop community scrolling past. So it's not you, it doesn't make any sense. So you have to join the community and then all of this stuff makes sense.
So, as I say, that's where I'm at on that. And then this week, I've been doing some 3D printing as well. So, I printed a tent for the game we played on Monday, but more on that
I have a little
shortly.
pic to show everybody.
And then I've been printing some bits and pieces. Does anybody recognize that logo? Answers on a postcard, please.
See who's first to get it. See who's first to get it. Come on. What is it, about a 30-second delay on stream?
Yeah, something like that.
Ewok, I don't know why you're surprised, mate. Fallout, Paul got it there first. But then again, he would, because he used to work at Modifius. So
we've been
that's
printing
cheating.
Some Modifius STLs from the Humble Bundle I got the other week. Because of those that were here last week, me and Paul have decided to pull the trigger on Fallout Wasteland Warfare.
We have indeed.
And we are getting into the shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for them to dispatch at the moment.
That sounds awesome. Enough gets through, Darren, that we know you're still with us in spirit, mate. So what am I doing? Honest answer, I didn't really know what to do. So I've got a couple of things to tackle. Let me go to my desk cam. And then I can sort of give everybody. So
are you going to let the people at home decide for you?
No, because because
you'll get bullied into doing something you don't want to do.
Fuck knows what the bastards will get me to do. So here we go. Ages ago, I started working on barbed wire. So I want to create some barbed wire terrain pieces for my World War II stuff. I've got this Pegasus Hobbies barbed wire kit. I've taken the plastic barbed wire and sort of coiled it into sections. Now I need to make some bases to finish the barbed wire off. So we have some 4x1 sections of plasticard. I've got modeller's matches here, massive bag of. Voila. So we got a massive bag of modeller's matches. What I want to do is clip these because they're a little bit large at the moment. I want to make basically some cruciform frames, which I can use, glue to the base here, and then stretch the barbed wire sections between. I might put a central pole through the section as well, because I've noticed on a lot of the World War One frames certainly, but a lot of the frames of old-fashioned barbed wire, they have they have a central poles that run through it, and the wire's all coiled around. So my first job tonight is to take these matches and cut them shorter because they're just too big at the minute. I'm thinking I'll probably just snip them in half and see how they go. Then I've got my glue gun on hand so that I can make them into little crosses, and and then I'll be able to get this project moving, because as I say, I've had all the bits sitting on my desk in front of me for about 3 weeks, so I want to crack on and get the bloody thing moving.
You watch. We'll go to Partizan on Sunday, and you'll see the best resin fucking terrain or something on offer.
That's a good point. Cheese Me's made a point that when you go to YouTube, you have either top chat or live chat. Let me put. I always forget to put it into live chat mode. So I've put it into live chat mode. That may change what people get displayed. But that's the best I can do. Top chat. It keeps all comments about how great your work. Oh dear. Right, okay. So that's what I'm going to be working on anyway. Let me get my clippers and let's crack on. I can now get this camera out of my face, and we'll come back to it later if we need it. Right, that's better. It feels a bit less claustrophobic. So should we tell everybody what we got up to on Monday, mate?
I mean, we can do. We played some more of the Red King campaign for Frostgrave, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah, just got a couple of pictures here. So we're on mission 2, 3, 2.
2.
So so for everybody who doesn't know, let me get it and I can hold it up. So we are playing through the Frostgrave Red King campaign, and we are on mission 2. Now, one of my ambitions playing through this campaign was to compromise as little as possible on the terrain and the miniatures that we need. So I'm trying to actually go, super ham on it and actually get everything just right. So in this mission, you had to have a large tent and some fetish stands, which are sort of like paganistic, bloody ornaments, if you like. Think little shrines, pagan shrines, in a circle around it. And then the players have to investigate these shrine totem things and turn them into the treasures that will allow them to gain rewards for the mission. So this is a top-down shot, and then I've got a little bit of a zoomed-in shot for the actual tent. So this is the tent that David 3D printed for me.
Speed ran that fucker. Started it on Thursday and got the base done by Sunday.
We didn't have the roof, but David's presumably on that now.
Hang on, stay there.
This was a pay for. If anybody's interested, this was a pay for STL. David will be able to tell you where was this from, mate? It was a pay for STL, wasn't it? It wasn't super expensive.
$6. Would you like to see how big it is compared to my face?
Yeah, it's a big old boy. What can you remember what the fucking campaign was?
It's from EC3D Studios, and I think it's their deserty one. Can't remember the fucking name of it though.
Do you know what?
Scorching Sands.
Scorching Sands. Well done. Yeah. So Scorching Sands by EC3 Studios. I think it was originally kickstarted, but a lot of the stuff's available now.
Yes, it was.
It's all unlocked now on My Mini Factory, isn't it? You can buy mini bundles of STLs or individual STLs. There's quite a lot of flexibility, isn't there, in how you can buy the stuff. But they've got a fantastic. If you want any kind of Middle Eastern styled tents, fucking cracking. You might even get away with using them as sort of like pseudo-European, Middle Ages type tents as well. Although they do have a strong Eastern feel to a lot of them, don't they, mate?
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really.
They're rookie numbers, Ewok.
What's Ewok said?
195 hours since the beginning of May.
What, printing? Oh my god.
Yep.
Darren says, I'm seeing everything on live chat, but it's not coming through on the stream feed. Okay, mate. Don't know why that is. Let me just check something. Oh, hang on a minute. There might be a way I can fix that. Just bear with me a second. Because I've just had a thought. When I copy
But
this,
as
yes,
Paul was saying,
that,
while he's technical difficultying
yeah.
away, scenario calls for these blood-marked berserkers that are fucking horrible and set themselves on fire if you roll a 20 for them at the start of a turn. Muggins here also rolled 20 on his initiative on the beginning of the first turn, which meant that reality cracked and warped, and 3 of my guys and 1 of your apprentice got sucked into the tent in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah.
And that basically summed up how the game went, which was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I tell you, well, you say that, right? Okay, so this is why I really, really, really enjoyed the experience of playing. I've just in case anybody's wondering, I went to when you set up these streams, there's basically a child URL that feeds the chat into OBS, and I was just checking to see whether that had a tag to mark it as live chat or top chat, and it's actually marked up as live chat, so it should be the unfiltered chat. So if you're having problems, Darren, I don't know why that would be. I don't know if there's anything else I can do, but
Chris,
I have
in answer
looked.
to your question, yes, because it's got auto AI and a load of other shit on it for detecting issues. It was so good that in the previous place that I worked, we purchased one for R&D for product development and stuff.
You know, and that's for a commercial engineering firm, so I think that shows you what potential it's got. But yeah, one of the reasons I enjoyed it so much was basically it does say with the Red King campaign, Joseph has puts in the foreword, it's quite a difficult campaign, so it recommends that you use reasonably high level wizard warbands to play it. We've started with quite small junior warbands, but the good news is,
you say quite junior. We started at level fucking 0.
Well, but the good news is that that's forcing us to see. That's forcing us to play these missions cooperatively. So basically, what we had here was a 3-player game of Frostgrave, where we played everything fully co-op, because it was all we could do to keep on top of the actual monsters in the game and not get ourselves completely knackered by the scenario. And you know what? It was fantastic. It was wonderful, and it was just such good fun. We had the other thing is, just lest you forget, the cinematic potential in this game is absolutely incredible.
Oh, what? Your little 3-legged dog that fucking could.
So one of my sort of chump change nobodies basically got poisoned early on. So what that means in Frostgrave is, instead of having 2 activations, he went down to 1 activation, which means that he can move or fight, but not both. And as we were all sort of like getting the shit kicked out of us, we'd grabbed all the treasure tokens and were fleeing for the hills. And my poor little guy was basically, well, he could either fight to defend himself or shamble off at 1 move a turn. And basically, as you can imagine, he got shit bombed by every single monster that was left on the table, because at one point he was literally the only model left on the table. And do you know what? The dice gods were with me, and he managed to kill everything that bombed him. It was one of them things. It's like, no, he can't survive any longer. He can't survive any longer. And
he's 3-legged and maimed, but he's still fucking plodding on, bless him.
It was absolutely awesome. It was such a lot of fun. As I say, if for anybody who's not tried Frostgrave yet, the rule system could not be more accessible. There is so much storytelling in it. The amount of content that you can buy is ridiculous, and you know what? It's all fucking dirt cheap. Most of the supplement books are less 15 quid or less on third-party resellers. The rulebook itself is way less than 20. Just treat yourself because it's just such a cool game. So yeah, that's what we did.
I would say co-op is a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in part of the Frostgrave Facebook group, and some bloke was saying about.
I saw that comment.
Oh my god!
We don't get XP for killing wizards anymore.
No.
What is this fucking sorcery?
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point? You be telling me I don't get 50 experience points for kicking the shit out of the other player at the table? No. How about you just sort of try and find another way to have your fun other than kicking the shit out of everybody? And do you know what? Frostgrave will allow you to do that. Just fucking have fun with it.
To be fair, though, he did I'm not saying he got dogpiled by the group in a bad way.
No.
But he did get his ass tore asunder of like, the fuck, dude? It's a co-op game. Like, yes, things have changed since first edition, but they changed even before the end of first edition, and we moved into second. It was fucking errated out that you get to kick the shit out of your colleagues.
Yeah, as David says, putting it in an entirely positive and not at all sarcastic way, the community was exactly behind the message, which is that the reason they took it out was because that's not the point of this game. The point of this game is very much storytelling and just
fun and
exploration and just experience the scenario, tell a cool story, just have a water cooler moment, but don't worry about curb stomping your buddy because that's not what it's about. As I say, such good fun. That's the other thing, Darren. Darren's spot on here. Everything, although all of the stuff that's come out for Frostgrave is basically entirely modular. It doesn't matter whether you only own Wildwoods, for example, or the Frostgrave Folio, or Perilous Dark. It doesn't matter which one you own. You can just plug that one in and play it. You don't need any of the others. You don't need to carry across all the different warband members or soldier types from all of the supplements to make the game fun. You can, if you're a complete obsessive, but it's not. You don't need it. None of it's interrelated and interwoven. Everything stands on its own. It's such a good game. And you know what? We don't play enough of the damn game. There are very few games that we play that I would say I could make this my own. In a lot of ways that people, for reasons that are utterly fucking beyond me, basically say I play Warhammer 40k and that's all I do. If there was a game, this game, you could do that. You could say, well, I play Frostgrave and that's all that I do. You will, if you want to be obsessive about this game, collect a full monster collection, get just the right perfect terrain for every scenario. If you want to do that,
the minis.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you've got it. This game will keep you busy 24/7 round the fucking clock. You will not need to look elsewhere if that's your bag. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ewok, if you don't get a chance, mate, you'll have to come around and stay at mine and we can play. We'll have a multiplayer game. You can come and crash at mine. We'll sort something out. So, yeah, that's what we did.
It's a shame it's a bit too big to take to Expo.
Yes, not the kind of thing we can chuck into a rucksack, probably. Although now you've said that, we could maybe grab.
I know what scenario we could take to Expo.
What, the dragon?
No, the breeding pits one.
Oh yeah, the sewers and shit.
I can just pack all the Dungeon Saga tiles.
Yeah, we could do that. That's a good shout. Play it on the Dungeon Saga terrain. Yeah, that's cool. 6mm Frostgrave. Cheese me, behave.
That will fit in a.
Behave,
that will
mate.
fit in a what's it called? A backpack.
Yeah, it will. And one little thing though, house rule tip: if you're playing multiplayer Frostgrave, You normally have 10 models in each warband, which is 20 models on the table. Take that 20 and divide it as neatly as possible between your player count. So that you
So
don't...
3 players, 7 each.
For 4 players, 5
5
each. If you try and play 4 players for 10 miniatures aside, expect a 3 to 4 hour game of Frostgrave. Not the best way to play it. Just a hot tip. I see. I tell you what, Darren, right? Here's my idea. I thought instead of having a table, what would work better is if I went on something like the MTG deck card builder, that loads of these free websites that allow you to build custom magic cards for shits and giggles. I could create a deck of cards for my monster collection. So instead of having a table, you just shuffle up the deck and deal one off the top. What about that for an idea?
Or you could even use a standard set of playing cards.
You could, and then do like a table with a key. But I just love the idea of just... Because you could photograph your own minis, stick the bloody things on the cards.
All right, Triad.
But yeah. Because, again, we do that all the time. When we're playing Frostgrave, if we don't have a Frost Giant miniature yet, so somebody rolls a Frost Giant, it's like, oh, scan up and down the table. What's the nearest thing we've got? You know, oh, if you go up 2 rows, there's a vampire. Oh, I've got a vampire here. Look, there you go. Job done. Yeah, well, that's the other thing about a deck of cards. It's totally expandable. You can just keep adding to it. You don't need to rewrite your table and renumber everything. And like you say, if you shuffle it once and then just keep dealing off the top, you're not going to get duplicates. So you're not going to get, oh look, I've rolled through rats again.
True.
Oh, it's super easy to hack Frostgrave. Super easy. But that's because it's so low to the ground and lightweight. But again,
it's no discredit to it.
No, not at all. We've talked about it loads on stream. Every game, every game designer, when they design their game, has a vision.
Well, we spoke about it a lot when we did the McCullough versus what's his face? Gasland Sky.
Yeah,
Hutchinson.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, if Infinity is your top bag, Frostgrave might be a bit thin for you, but then again, it might be a great palate cleanser. What a pair of games to get into. Infinity for your super crunch, mega rules depth, super tactical game, and Frostgrave for your light-hearted, tell me a story. What the fuck happened here? Eh? Very good pairing. So, shall we discuss some noirs?
I think it is news time. Which one are we doing first?
Tell you what, you tell everybody about your Patreons that you sort of pinged me, because these are. Yeah, I mean, again, these are very much.
I have a dilemma this month, boys and girls. I want a Blood Bowl team. I want the gnome Blood Bowl team, but I'm not overly a fan of the GW design aesthetic. So luckily here, both Punga and Ungi have produced a gnome team.
So I think the first one that we've got up, I'll put my clippers down, then I'll be able to click on the pictures for everybody.
By the looks of it.
This is the Ungi one.
So wow. The Ungi one is more steampunk themed.
Yeah, I just
similar to your gnomes in good old Dungeons and Dragons, being artificers and tinkerers and playing around with stuff, which is quite cool. They look quite nice. They've got a bit of an aesthetic.
They're very different. Very different to the GW thing, which is much more woodlandy. These are very steampunk, aren't they, mate?
Yes.
Oh, look at these animals! Oh my god, these are amazing. What's that? A badger?
Yeah, there's a badger. I think there's a mechanical fox.
There's a goose here.
Yeah, and the tree men in this set. Oh my god, the tree men representations that are gnomes in a power armor suit are fucking amazing.
Oh my god, that fox is incredible. Oh, so you've got like a fully steampunk robo fox, and then there's an actual fox.
So
Mate,
this
oh my God, these are amazing. These are amazing. Oh my God, he's actually they're wearing the tree men like suits. What the fuck is going on?
Like a set of power armor from 40K or Fallout. They're wearing the trees as suits.
So is this a sort of Patreon that you back, or are you just thinking of picking this up?
It's a Patreon to back, because if I back it this month, it'll be cheaper than picking it up after.
Okay, so you're thinking about grabbing it. So that's that one, but you also threw me. Let me just close this.
I also like the Punga one.
So here's
the Punga one is more Peaky Blinders themed.
They're very goblinoid, aren't they?
1920s flat caps and.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So yeah, the link you sent me, you've got the Toxic Stalkers, which is like a goblin one, and then underneath it, I see. Underneath it, we've got the Garden Blinders. Yeah, very Peaky Blinders.
Which is their.
Does that go bigger? No, that doesn't. That picture doesn't go bigger.
So it's
that's
more.
That's the only picture we've got, peeps.
It's less steampunk.
Yeah, it's very much more woodland, like the GW team, isn't it?
But Punga do make some characterful minis. They do make some characterful minis.
I love the pigs at the back.
The only downside with the Punga one, I think it will be split across 2 releases. So I get half the team this month and then half the team another month.
Don't you already back Punga, or is it one that you just jump into when you want stuff?
I jump in when I want and jump out when I want.
Got you.
Because I don't need Blood Bowl miniatures every single month.
So what we're looking at here, you might think will be what, 2 releases split in some way?
2 releases. Yeah.
Got you.
But there's no tree men in that.
No, there isn't. And you presumably you can take tree men in the GW one, can you?
Yes, you can.
You've done your homework. I wouldn't have had a clue. Well, for me, mate, the is it Ugni?
Ugni, yeah.
Yeah, the Ugni miniatures one to me looks the cooler. What does everybody think in the chat? So what do you guys think? Are you Ugni or are you Punga?
Steampunks have just got to discover the colour brown. Don't forget the brass, Ewok. Don't forget brass.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'll be honest. The Peaky Blinder miniatures are very characterful, and I tell you what, the other thing in favour of the Peaky Blinders stuff or Garden Blinders is it's pretty bloody unique. I've not anybody seen anything like it before? I can't say as I have. Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. For me, the steampunk one, it's got a better range of models for me, because that's the other thing about the Peaky Blinders or the Garden Blinders as they're called. They do look a bit samey. I mean, there's a strong unit. I suppose that's what you want out of a team, though. Maybe they look better as a team because the models are more cohesive. Don't know. Could go either way. Right. So that's a couple of cool pieces of news. Thanks, mate. And also hot topic, because obviously GW this is their latest Blood Bowl release, isn't it? Do you know, it's great to see these other companies jumping on their stuff and getting it out to market quickly so that people can, give the actual Games Workshop tat a miss. Not that I dislike the Games Workshop miniatures, and I actually quite like their name team, but they can fuck off. So here is the drama. I don't know if anybody's seen this. Apparently it's all over the internet. Henry Cavill has fallen out with Amazon over the new Warhammer show. Having fallen out with was it Netflix who did Witcher, or was that Amazon as well? I can't remember.
Netflix as Witcher.
So having fallen out with the production team who were doing The Witcher because they wanted to woke and DEI the bollocks out of it, oddly enough, Amazon want to woke and DEI the bollocks out of Warhammer. And they've issued a load of demands, like they want at least 50% of the main cast members to be female. They want at least X amount of the cast members to be from disabled or minority backgrounds. And Henry Cavill's like, this is the 41st millennium, you fuckwit. How is any of this going to work? And I think basically, he's. I don't really know.
I can't blame him because again, he was executive producer and he's again trying to help, and he has a passion for 40k. He collects multiple armies.
Yep.
But the point being, Amazon, you knew what you were getting into if you bothered to do your homework before you picked up the 40k license and before you signed Henry Cavill to it.
Yeah, but
don't try and change it into something it isn't. And yes, it's not politically correct in today's day and age, and we have to have fucking the representation, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work.
No. I mean,
it isn't in keeping with the law and the society that is 40k.
You know, ultimately...
Sorry to piss on your cornflakes.
I mean, I don't really have a view one way or the other in terms of, am I massively against... It's like the whole argument about should there be female custodes and should there be female space marines. I actually don't fucking care. If you want to release female custodes models and edit or retcon the law so that there were always female custodes, there were always female space marines, because things have moved on in 30 or 40 years. Because frankly as well, I would actually welcome a little bit more female representation in our hobby. I'm not sure that actually the fact that there aren't great looking female models in certain key ranges is why we don't have females in our hobby. I think there is something about the way that people are wired that actually making war in miniature is not a very appealing to the female mindset in a generalization. So do I think that fucking putting boobs and long hair on every other model is going to draw a load of women into this hobby? Maybe not. I'd like to see more, and I think we could do more.
Yeah, but again, you look at...
But what frustrated me about this news article...
You look at the ratings of fucking The Witcher on Netflix, etc.
Yeah.
The Witcher isn't, in the games itself, isn't overly female orientated.
No.
It's just sort of medieval times and shit happens.
Yeah.
That's kind of the background. There is some key female players, but not many. And yet, to my knowledge, loads of women absolutely love The Witcher because they're sat there staring at Henry Cavill with his fucking top off.
Yeah. Again, like I say, my issue with the news article really is I don't know what Henry was expecting. Look, I mean, Henry's a big lad now. He's been making movies for some god-awful people for a long time. He fucking walked away from The Witcher because he basically had enough of the bollocks. And now, within 5 minutes, Amazon are pulling the same stunts. I'm a bit like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Still, we all love a bit of drama about Games Workshop. Do you know what? I was watching something, and I actually thought if the company went under or was fucking bought out and
I know, babe,
went down with the tubes, it doesn't matter. There is so much 40k and fantasy shit on the secondary market. They've spewed out so many products over the decades. If they went away tomorrow, it's like Rackham and what's their game? Confrontation. People who love it will just spend a bit more money picking it up. Stuff will become rare. It'll become collectible. It'll become a bit of a fringe thing.
Well, again, I think
I don't really care if they fucking die at this point. The company is a fucking joke. They're a hollow shell of what they once were.
Rock this week had picked up some 80s or 90s 40k.
Sorry, go on, mate. I was just laughing at Cheese Me's. All
No, I was
40k
just
fans
saying,
must be
like,
girls because they love drama.
Rock this week picked up an old 80s or 90s game from GW.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on his Instagram story that he just opened it because it had been delivered from someone. But credit to him that he's looking at those kinds of things. Did you pull up the MS Paints video that you watched?
Oh no, I didn't actually. Let me talk about what else did I want to talk about. Right, I know we've mentioned it in passing, but I thought I would actually showcase it properly for the people who are watching later on YouTube. Just in case you didn't know, Bolt Action, one of the most accessible and successful World War II rule sets ever, is getting its 3rd edition in September. Alessio Cavatori is still in charge of writing the edition. So I'm really looking forward to this. A lot of the core is going to remain unchanged, apparently, with just some modifications. I see. The other reason I wanted to talk about this was every time Games Workshop do a major revision of one of their flagship games, and Bolt Action is very much a flagship game for Warlord. Every time they do a major revision of one of their flagship games, my heart is here because my thousands of pounds worth of collected and painted Games Workshop miniatures could basically be plastic trash at the stroke of a pen. And it's happened to me so much in the past. And do you know what? I'm not at all anxious in that regard as with Bolt Action 3rd edition. I have created 2 weird armies from the bloody fall of Singapore theatre right at the beginning of the war that nobody takes any fucking interest in. And I'm still not nervous because it's only Games Workshop that do that sort of shit. I am sure that when Warlord are finished tweaking Bolt Action and improving certain aspects of it, I'll still have a great game that I can still use my toys with without having to fucking, completely revise my collection and to make it playable. So yeah, highly excited for this. And I think, to be fair, quite a lot of the wargaming community is, because Bolt Action's got a lot of traction and a lot of kudos. Shut up, Paul. Look. That's actually quite a good troll. Paul Howells put, I heard they're getting rid of the Japanese. I don't squats all over again. Yeah. It was actually just all fake propaganda. The Japanese didn't participate in World War II at all. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were American propaganda. Never happened. Fucking hell. That is funny, mate. Well done. Oh dear. That's probably worth clipping as a short. Fucking hell. And anime. Japanese done as anime.
Get your Japanese waifus out.
Fucking walker suits. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Gundams are coming.
Fucking brilliant. What else did we have on the news? That's it. That's all I had. But yeah, what did I say about MS Paint?
MS Paint.
Let me just.
With the Mars.
People don't want to see me browsing the internet. Let me go.
Let
me do that, and then I can.
This is the most accessible 3D printer or whatever.
Oh yeah, let me get it up, mate, and then you can tell everybody.
Saying shit like that on the internet.
Shut up.
Let me get it up. That's a little bit forward for stream, Paul.
Grow up. Just grow up. Why don't
fucking make me?
Oh
make
dear.
Me, bitch.
Oh dear. I noticed somebody made a comment about Thesaurus earlier. I was one of these good days on the show, I'll tell you guys my Thesaurus story. So this is the one. Okay. So let's get this up loaded. beware crackly audio, people. My computer's trying to do 5 things at once, i.e. run a video.
Is Crispin still here? Because I want to ask his opinion on something in a second anyway. Crispin, if you're here, make yourself known.
Here we go. Right, so I've got it up now.
So Dave's video, he's had a look at the Mars 4 3D printer from Elegoo. And it's a decent printer. It's all right for miniatures if you were going to go down this route, but you wanted to do terrain in resin. Not many people do anyway. It's perfect for what you want. The price point is good. The quality is good. You're looking at I think it's 19 by 24 micron pixel density based on the screen size, etc. This is stuff that I've looked up online. It is good. It is exceptionally good. Bearing in mind my original OG Photon that I'm still running is a 47 micron pixel density. So per pixel on my Photon, you can fit nearly 4 of this Mars screen. I think it's 12K. You're looking at probably about 3-second layers tops. So you're going to rip through those prints quite quickly as well. It is good. I believe even the Mars 4 has Wi-Fi as well. So you can send stuff to it without connecting a USB. The only downside to it is it doesn't have a opening hatch. It has a lift-off lid.
Like a cover.
And being an Anycubic wash and cure user, these are fucking irritating because you take them off and then you have to find somewhere to shove them. So mine lives on the floor.
It's a bit big for that, mate. Oh dear.
So
do you see what Ewok's comment? Paul's got it up and now David is talking about girth.
But yeah, if you're in the market, I think these are exceptionally cheap as well at the moment.
What did you say, about $230, something like that? Did you say?
I think it's like $230 US.
Oh,
it's
Christ. So
insane.
even cheaper.
I'm just going to the Mars 4 Elegoo site now. You can buy them for $227.99 on Amazon, $299 US.
Okay, so it is about $230 UK. Now, obviously, I don't think you're particularly in the market for a new resin, are you?
No, because I've decided I've possibly decided what I'm doing for a new resin.
So you wouldn't be going for this. Why wouldn't this appeal to you as a stepping point, or is there just something about where you would go that this doesn't do?
The downsides to this for me are the bed size is too similar to what I already own on my Photon.
Okay.
So whilst the resolution is better and the layer cure times are better, I can get a Saturn for another £100, the Saturn 4 Ultra that's on pre-order.
Yep.
With its tilting bed, so it's going to print quicker. It's got a bigger bed, so I can put more miniatures on per print, or more terrain on per print, or busts that I can't quite fit on my current Photon.
Yeah, okay.
It gives me options, and it's basically the same resolution for my Saturn 4 as it is for this Mars 4. And the Saturn 4, as I've already said, has an up and over lid, so I don't have to deal with putting a fucking cover somewhere.
Okay. So, like you say, not a bad product, but it's not necessarily for everybody.
Cheese me.
Okay.
Crispin, get in the comments after, because Anycubic this week decided to release an equivalent to their Saturn 4 Ultra. So it is very similar size, pixel density, pixel size, etc. All of the stuff is very similar. I think it's the Anycubic Photon 7.
Cheesy put, so he wants a bigger bed, and then Paul put, that's what Sam asked for.
It's funny because I've just fucking built a new one today as well.
Oh my god, well done, guys. Fucking hell.
The Anycubic Photon M7 Pro. It's a bit of a mouthful. I'm looking at this versus the Saturn 4 because this has some. It's more expensive. It's $549. But it has auto refill in the back, so I can just plumb it into a bottle and it will pull the resin up into the printer. And it has a heated system. Downsides, resolution is ever so slightly worse than the Saturn. Print speed is ever slightly worse than the Saturn. And it has a stupid cap lid, not an up and over opening lid.
So similar to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I this week been in a bit of a conundrum because after last week's stream I was like, oh, I'm going to order the Saturn, and now I've seen this M7 Pro. The other thing is I've not seen many reviews for the M7 Pro, and I will not buy anything without having had a look at some reviews first.
Yeah, I think that's fair, mate, because they're not insignificant purchases, and it's good to see somebody at least put it through its paces, isn't it? I imagine that there's a massive amount of hype in this part of the industry.
Yes.
Everybody's saying their tech is the next best thing, and actually it may be in some regards, but not others. So yeah, I think
you're making yourself look guilty.
Yeah, do not feed the trolls, Spam. Do not feed the trolls. Oh dear. So I think that's it for.
Shit.
What?
I'm nearly out of Agrax Earthshade. I need to find my other one.
Do you know what? I was thinking the same the other day.
They've changed the formula though, haven't they, in the new one?
Yes, but it'll still do what I need it to do. I mean, I've heard mixed. You know, some people say it's worse, some people say it's better, some people say it's about the bloody same. I think it'll be a better product for me because I tend to be a bit slapdash with how I use it. The problem with Agrax currently, which is a bonus for what you've done, is that it heavily tints everything you put on it. It does give you some high-low definition. It does very much settle in the deep areas more, but it tints everything with that brown tinge. I think from what I've seen about the new formulation of Agrax and Nuln, they do that less, so they're much more speed painty. They pull off, the surface tension pulls them into the depths, and they leave the upper surfaces far less toned.
You can't say that when you've got a gag in your mouth, though, what?
Do you know what? That's something a lot of people have said about the dark tone. Although I've used the Army Painter dips, I've never used their straight washes, mate. But they do get a lot of a good rep. And a lot of people have said one of the best things about the new Fanatic range is the washes. They get really good. I mean, the Fanatic range gets fantastic praise pretty much universally online anyway. But they say that
anything was an improvement on old Army Painter.
Yeah, the paint certainly, but
sorry to piss on your bonfire, but when the paint separates as you squeeze it out of the pot after you've shaken it for 5 minutes, you can fuck off.
Do you know what, mate? The thing about that is, at least the MD of Army Painter wouldn't argue with you. He'd say, "Yeah, no, you're perfectly correct." Because I think, you know, I've seen the videos on YouTube. They have absolutely no illusions about what their old product was, and pretty much the only thing that it had going for it was pretty much the cheapest acrylic paint range on the market, and that was the only thing it had going for it, because it was just not a good product. Hence the whole Fanatic thing, but. What's amazing is that they've gone from having essentially what was a product that was a joke, to be fair, amongst their customer base and the audience in general to actually sort of like making people step backwards and go, okay, so this is probably one of the best paint ranges on the market. Yeah, Vallejo. Do you know what though, Crispin? I'm gonna say I do have a few Vallejo washes. I find them a little insipid, mate. I've got like their basic blue wash, red wash. I think I've got an umber wash, which is a brown. They're not bad, but to say the effects are subtle is
I'll tell you the other thing I find with the umber wash, the fucking matte medium in the wash pulls out. And if you're not careful, you can end up with white spots in your washing.
Was that in the Vallejo?
Yep.
Yeah, as I say, I like the model colour paints. Pretty much. Although
the only
I tell you what though,
model colour paints, fucking airbrushing.
And the other thing I will say, and I said this to my missus the other day, because for those of you who don't know, this was one of my Christmas presents, a Vortex mixer. This has improved my experience with model colour amazingly. I had my own glass agitators because I found even that some of them, the metal ones, particularly if you buy cheap, they can corrode and mess with the paints. So I now pretty much universally use glass beads instead because they're highly unreactive. But you put a couple of glass agitators in your Vallejo model colour and get yourself a Vortex mixer. Fuck me, they become so much better paints. A bit thick, perhaps, but the consistency and the coverage on them is fucking amazing. So yeah, I do like model colour, but you know, they're not a product that you don't have to work with. Do you know what I mean? They don't just deliver without a bit of effort. Not flawless results, anyway. Ow, this glue is hot. Who'd have thought that glue coming out of a glue gun would be hot?
Well, I think the clue's in the fucking name hot glue, you retard.
Oh, you pedant.
Just fucking saying, bitch.
Do you know what? What's funny as well is I'm trying to glue the tiniest bits of fucking wood with a hot glue gun. I've actually got 2 pairs of tweezers in this drawer. Why the fuck am I not using them?
Because you, sir, are special.
Okay.
I can't even. Mate,
I got him.
I'm just saying he wants.
Oh my god. Fucking makes a change to the wife buying something vibrating for the hubby for Xmas. Ewok, clean your act up, mate. Fuck me.
You're the one blowing the trumpet.
Oh my god.
Vibrating things out in your desk.
Look at Chris. Oh no. Look at it. Let's peg that one up to experience. Oh my god. Then Crispin's put sounds like my wife delivers without effort. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That was the news.
Do you want to step out the cabinet hole you've just dug?
Yeah,
let's JCB.
Let's do that. So let's have a quick look. That looks like that's probably my hobby done. I've managed to assemble 4, because I'm now going to be messing about with this. So let's go to our main topic. So for those that don't know, we're going to be going to the Partizan Wargaming Show at Newark on Sunday. In fact, actually, retcon. Let me just, first thing we'll do, if I can find it, is we will look at their floor plan. We won't spend.
Tickets are a £5.
This year's
Can't
floor
buy
plan.
before the event.
First result in Google. This year's floor plan. Now we won't spend long on this because it's fucking tiny, and I can't even read it sitting here in front of my monitor. So there's no way on heaven's earth you're going to be able to read it at home. But if you guys are interested, over on their website there is a full floor plan and key for this year's show, and it looks a bit of a big boy, doesn't it, mate? What have we got here? We've got like
looks sizable.
There's
what, 3-4 times the size of Dicini?
There's probably about 40 odd tables, display games. You've got traders. Fuck me, there's a lot. So yeah, really excited for this. And as I said earlier in the show, this is David and I's first Partizan experience. So we're really looking for. Well, I'm really looking forward to it.
You're of an age now where you enjoy the finer things in life. If that's playing historicals, then so be it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be my favourite thing at. I think I mentioned this last week, but my favourite thing at Dicini this year was that Strength and Honour 2mm wargame reenactment of Mons Grappius, Romans versus Ancient Scots. Really, really enjoyed it. And it was my favourite thing. The rules set sounded amazing. Damon Brentnall, I'll be there with my club doing a demo game. Good to hear it, Damon. Who is your club, mate? Just give yourselves a shout out in the chat. And welcome to the show, by the way. But yeah, so let's have a quick squiz at their Facebook. So we've got here. We've got Midgard 6mm Trojan Wars using Midgard Heroic Battles, which I'm assuming is the rule set. Now I have actually opened this one up as a separate. There we go, and we got some pretty pictures. Looks fucking amazing.
Derby Wargame Society is where Damon is from.
Oh, excellent! Good to hear it, mate. Were you at
Kilcon?
Oh, were you the guys doing the bloody Canadian scenario for Silver Bayonet at Chilcon? Out of interest. Table.
Is table D26, sir.
D26 noted, mate. We'll run by and have a chat. If we find time, we might grab you and get you on camera as well. But as I said earlier in the show, I'm extremely nervous about this aspect of Partizan. It looks like it's going to be a big show, and I don't think we're necessarily going to be able to cover everything we want. But yeah, no, this looks cool. Again, yeah, I think it's what you said earlier, mate. It's an age thing. These small scale games are really getting under my skin. The amount of times a week I think about my old Epic collection and 40k, it gets more and more as time goes on.
No, he was the big Naps game, the Battle of Lindenau.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah. Okay, cool. The Napoleonics one. Was it Austrians and French? Yes, I do remember, sir. Good shout. So yeah, this
is that
cool.
What you're bringing this time, Damon?
Oh, now this wasn't the one you went to, Darren? Carronade in Falkirk. Did you go to this one? Just shout.
I think you mentioned it.
You did mention it, didn't you, mate? Because I asked you what Carronade was. Well, there you go. Look, they've got coverage on the old Partizan. I don't know if that means they're going to be there with this, or whether this is just a review of the Carronade event. Second largest convention of its kind in Scotland. Old Glory Miniatures going to be there. Plastic.
We're doing Operation Goodwin, World War II Normandy.
Oh,
what rule set are you using for that, Damon?
That's very different to what you had at Chilcon, then. What else have we got here?
Oh, shit. Fucking Agrax Earthshade.
Wow, what the fuck is this? A pics of a prospective game for Partizan this year. Pop over to my Just Add Water blog here. Well, let's do that. 11th century, early medieval. Let's open that in a new tab.
You're finding all the goodies.
Yeah, see what else. Got it. Go away.
Rapid Fire 2nd edition in 20mm is what Damon is using for that Operation Goodwind.
Which, surprisingly, we haven't heard of.
Goodwood, even, sorry.
But this is, again, this is the other amazing thing about Partizan. Obviously, David and I have, our gaming experience is very much focused around the sort of fantasy gaming and that sort of thing. There's going to be so much that we've not heard of that's completely new. Again,
the closest we've got is Flames and Bolt Action, isn't it?
This looks cool. Again, I think was it Darren or somebody said last week that it can be a bit of a sea of green. Do you know what? I don't mind that. I really don't mind that at all. This looks cool. Looks bloody massive as well. What's that? A fucking 12-foot table. It's fucking huge.
That's what she said.
What else have we got? Exeter Legionary. Oh my god. We got everything in here. Everything in the Facebook group except what you've got on at your show. Come on, guys. Have I opened the right bloody... I don't know if I've got the right group up. I think I have. Let me just do a quick... Here we go. Partizan Wargames Show. Yeah, I don't think they have a group as such. They've got an event.
Damon's happy to give us a rundown of the game on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Ah, here we go. Here we go. This might be more what we're after. Let's see what we've got going on here. Bring them by. Oh, if only I wasn't so skint.
Spam, I'll ask for forgiveness after.
Ooh, we got a local games cafe joining us on Sunday with a great looking participation game. Yeah, it does look pretty cool actually. So what's this? This looks a bit fantastical. That looks a bit elven. We've got centaurs. I see. It's not all historicals. It's not all historicals. This must be some sort of goddess miniature. Are these Mythic Battles sort of style minis? I think there might be.
Excuse me, just be careful telling him that he doesn't have the right thing up because he might whip something out on camera based on his earlier comment. Just saying.
Hey, anyway. Oh, go away. Why have I just done that? Don't click on that icon. Here we go. Let's start again. Anyway, if I'd done it right, it wouldn't be me, would it?
Technical difficulties. Tick it off your bingo card. We did it twice this evening.
That's pretty cool. Pre-ordering stuff so you can collect it on the day. What else have we got here? Oh my god, that's pretty cool. Look, they even number it in Roman numerals. Yeah, 2024. That's awesome. Here be dragons. Ooh, fucking hell. Have you been submitting photos for this then, Darren? This looks like your paintwork. What the fuck? That looks pretty cool. Is this somebody actually showing off, or is this a game, or what? What the hell's going on with this?
Fuck, that's mental.
Second preview for the Partizan show about the Battle of Tum Halad. First Age of Middle Earth. That's a Drake. Oh! Do you know what, mate? Maybe it's not all historicals. Maybe you and I are going to have a bigger surprise than we're expecting. Maybe it's going to be a broader church than we were expecting. Oh, we got a massive hex game. Oh, look at this. Fuck me. This looks amazing.
Are you getting turned on by hexes, Paul? Because that's what it sounds like from this end of the microphone.
This looks very hexy to me. Hex me up, baby. Do you know what? I do love...
Night cheese me.
Yeah, night guy. I appreciate these sort of tables to watch and look at. I'm not so sure though that I would like to collect hex terrain.
I'll remind you of that spam when it comes to moving in with me, and you're complaining that I've got too much shit.
That's not a great picture to put in your gallery. I'm just saying, if you're these guys, that's not a great picture. In fact, I don't know what's going on here, but half of these gallery entries appear to be just black slides. So, okay, so we're doing something Teutonic.
Northumbrian Tin Soldier is at Partizan.
Who's that? Darren sharing that. They're a favourite of yours, aren't they, Darren? You have a lot of stuff. Yeah, night cheese me. It's probably a bit late, but you can catch me saying good night when you're watching it later.
It's when you whisper it sweetly into his ear.
Oh dear. Look at this. This is another table. What have we got going on here? Is this
Cavalier Brooks? That looks like Civil War era.
Well, we've got Indian-looking miniatures. Is this sort of some sort of India campaign? This looks like not Middle East. What sort of like Indian?
East India Trading Company.
Looks like Indian subcontinent of some kind, doesn't it? So I'm guessing Napoleonic's era. This will be sharp practice sort of territory, won't it?
Probably.
Looks fucking amazing, whatever it is, but it's a big old battle. They do look beautiful, these models. Look at the work that goes into the fucking terrain. These people need to get... do you know what? You people need to get out more and stop making me feel inadequate, because it's really annoying. Just really is annoying. Oh,
they can't help it.
Looks absolutely fabulous. So if that's a standard D6, what do we reckon these are? 10 mil? 15 mil? Figures?
You will have a man cave. No minis or games in any other room. Thank you, spam. we will see.
Oh, Jesus. In public, on the internet, David gets put right in his place. Looks like
could be worse. Could be being called out for what I did at the weekend when I was barbecuing. I just put the fucking spray down because I couldn't be asked to put it away. Not that I have ADHD.
Oh yeah. That's right. Fucking. Oh dear.
I'm a terrible human being, boys and girls.
What do we got here? Louise Sugden.
Spam. You don't admit to that shit on the internet.
Is Louise Sugden going to be there, or is this just some sort of random fucking post in there? Yeah, that's just a random post in their feed. English Civil War concerns. I think that's it. Basically, we're getting back. Oh! This is that game I was looking at a minute ago. So this is that Trojan 6mm. What else have we got?
put it away. Don't put it down. Barbecue spray, help and scrape primer. It was degreaser for the barbecue, but I just slapped it down on the back of the hob rather than putting it in the cupboard where it should live. And then Spam took great pleasure in reminding me of it all afternoon.
Oh my God, Spam! Look at that. I wonder if my missus is watching. God, she'll be spitting. I wasn't expecting that at Partizan. Give me all of
What's
the
that?
cake.
Oh God.
Look at the cake, everybody. Oh my God, what a fat feast that is. That is awesome.
You're going to get roasted if you come back having eaten cake, just saying.
Yeah, my name will be Mud. 6 weeks. Right, I think we've pretty much... I'm disappointed. I wonder what...
Disappointed that there's not more preview footage to talk about.
Yes,
on stream.
give me all of the stuff. Give me all of the fucking... This is Hammerhead. We're back into...
If they give it you all now, you
God damn it.
won't have any enjoyment on the day.
Yeah, that's true. Right, okay. Well, there you go, guys.
You're bringing me cake. Fuck.
There you go, guys. Just a little sneak peek. I'm really heartened by that. Because I think there'll be. I don't think it'll be as historically dominated as we're expecting.
As we thought.
No,
yeah.
I think we are going to be pleasantly surprised.
We will be eating our just desserts.
Boom boom. I tell you what,
Somebody's been playing Portal.
One game I do hope will be there is, I was saying to David earlier before we came live, is Saga. I've currently only ever played Saga once. I played a demo game at Hereward Wargames Show about 2 or 3 years ago, and I absolutely loved the experience. And it's just one of them things I've not managed to get around to getting into Saga, but I would, if there is, if I am going to splash any cash on Sunday, it might be Saga that takes my money if I can find it. David says, I'll bet a tenner you'll be gobsmacked by Partizan. Do you know what, mate? It's great to hear. But what'll be worse is, not only will we be gobsmacked, we'll then be gutted that it's literally only fucking 50 minutes up the road and we've never been before, because we are idiots.
We're creatures of habit.
What's that? Darren says Portal 2 is the best one.
Cake is a lie is a famous quote from Portal, and I said somebody's been playing Portal.
Okay, right, okay.
And Portal 2 is apparently the best one.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd seen something about Gripping Beast being there in one of the Facebook posts, but as we were going back, I didn't see it. Yeah, I know. That's the other crazy thing, that they have 2 Partisans every year. Because I think Darren mentioned that earlier. It's called The Other Partizan or whatever, something imaginative and slightly witty. But yeah, 2 fantastic bloody. Although, again, I've just had that sort of Damascene fucking moment. It doesn't matter if we don't see everything, because I bet you the October event is going to be a lot of the same stuff. So we can, whatever we don't catch on Sunday, I bet we'll get a second bite of the cherry if we go in October.
Don't you put all your eggs in one basket, boy?
Is that Gripping Beast have their new World War One game? Is that V for Victory? Is that I've seen OTT on about? Is that Gripping Beast? Oh, I thought it was you, Darren, who said about the other Partizan. Maybe it was one of the other guys. It was Ewok.
No, it's Damon.
No, Ewok mentioned it first ages ago. He was saying about other Partizan. Yeah. Yeah, I can totally get that. I mean,
Ewok, for me and my mates, other Partizan was better than a day at UKGE.
I'll be honest. I mean, if you're very war game focused, I think that's a fair comment.
Damon, controversial opinion. Partizan is a match for Salute, for games, and for easier and cheaper to attend. That is something we've said before on other streams, Damon.
Yeah.
It's a reason we don't go to Salute because it's so fucking expensive to get down to London for a single day.
Yeah.
And if we stayed in a hotel overnight, etc., to make it a little bit easier on the old legs, it'd be even more expensive than it already is.
Well, and even if you decide that you're going to say, fuck it, I'm going to do the London commute, train in the morning, train out at night, how does that work for shopping? Because obviously, even if you decide that you want to drop a few quid, everything you buy, you've then got to carry on Britain's fantastically efficient and not at all crowded and bullshit public transport system. So it is a shame, and I do wish things were different, but unless things change dramatically, I can't see us ever doing Salute because of the location. Going into London,
I am liking these trees with a wash. They are going exceptionally well.
Good to hear it, mate. Because they're one of the last steps to getting that entire table done, aren't they?
Yeah, I just need to. Where is it? Need to apply that with spray adhesive.
There you go. Paul says, I'm assuming you're saying that Salute is shit for shopping, Paul.
Well, one current typing don't fix.
No,
we won't. No, they don't.
I mean, to be fair, coming back to what Damon says, unfortunately, Damon, as we've not done Salute and we're only sort of like theory crafting, we won't be able to confirm or deny whether it is as good as. I'm assuming from what you've done both. From what you're saying there, and obviously that hot take is your opinion.
Have you got any of the big A4 baggies that you have for like the gaming mats, mate?
Hang on a second. Yes, this is good using my glue gun, but the cable...
It's a bit hot.
The cable is in the fucking way, and every time I try and do anything, I pull it off the desk. You mean these?
Yeah, I might need a bag or two to put these trees in once they're treed up.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I've also got a ton of bubble. If you want bubble wrap to pad it out and protect them as well, I've got that. But yeah, I have a shit ton. So if you just remind me next time I come down to club, or if you remind me on Sunday, or you can loot whatever you need to loot.
Yes,
bubble wrap and bags.
Also, you need to be not doing like you did before we went to Dicini.
Yes, like getting up 10 minutes before I need to be out of the house is probably not something that I want to be doing.
Yeah, in my opinion, done Salute by train turned into a 4-hour torment to get home.
Do you know what?
I mean, again, that's the reason why, Damon, UK Games Expo, we make a weekend of it and we sleep on the Sunday night up in Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah, we travel. Monday. Yeah, we travel up on Thursday, back on Monday, and we literally just give all of the show days over to what it is, the show. Does it turn it into an extremely expensive long weekend? Yes, it does. But, you know, it's a holiday. Do you know, I'm glad to hear you say that, Damon, because we've often been terrified at the prospect, and to hear somebody say, yeah, you're right to be anxious,
I have done London Comic Con once, and it was a chore.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the only time I've ever been into London like that, I was actually working. I was working for a pharmacy company, gathering... it was actually for a drug trial. We were gathering PMR data, I think, from pharmacies who'd volunteered to participate in a trial. So I had to visit all these pharmacies around London in a day and download data. But travelling around London, about that one day experience of London, and I was like, do you know what? I'm done with this. This will do me for the rest of my fucking life. Ewok, I don't even know where you're going with that. Ewok says salute was good, but could not get near the Moonstone Stone. Could not get. I'm assuming the vodka changed that from could not get near the Moonstone stand because of the blue-haired girls who may play the ukulele with sharp elbows. Oh dear. I don't know if you're funnier with or without the vodka, Ewok. You make more sense without it, but I don't know. The comedic relief is pretty excellent. So yeah, as we said at the top of the show, we did warn you, everybody, that this one's a very light topic. Is there anything else we want to talk about, mate?
I don't.
Oh, I'll tell you what I will tell everybody. You're sort of our So for those of you here in the audience, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. I have finished Frankensteining and editing our Dicini coverage and trying to make the to make it look like the people that we're interviewing are actually saying something rather than just miming out of spite. And do you know what? It's about as good as I can get it. It's not brilliant, but the it is what it is. And the bad news is it's an hour long. I didn't realise that we'd shot quite so much stuff, but I did think about breaking it down into smaller videos. But then I quite like long form videos. I know they're absolutely dog shit for the YouTube algorithm. But I you know, we're not doing this for the algorithm. We're doing it. I don't know what your guys' take is. It would you rather I split the video for future ones into smaller 15-minute chunks, or do you quite like the stick it on in the background for an hour while you're hobbying? Is that better for you guys?
I'll tell you the other news we have. We played with some microphones on Monday, didn't we?
We did. So the fiasco from Dicini shouldn't happen again.
So long as David remembers to pack them with his gimbal.
Well, to be fair, you have microphones to pack. I can pack this. So if you forget your microphones, we can film on my phone, and I'll just have to move this microphone between the people talking like that. But obviously, if you bring your stuff, we can film on your phone with the twin mic setup.
Yeah.
So giving ourselves backup plans for being disorganized, chaotic idiots is not necessarily a bad thing.
Don't tar me with that brush.
Okay. That's true. Do you know what? All credit to you. You didn't forget anything, did you?
No.
It was very much my cock-ups, Dicini, this year. But it was my turn, I guess, wasn't it, to balls things up. Paul says, I like it longer.
You are, matron.
Darren said the same thing. Oh, my God. So, where's Sid James? Is he here? Oh, matron. Fuck's sake.
And Spam's not feeding them for a change.
Yeah. You've done the damage, Spam.
Mentioning the bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well,
so what have I got? I've got 12. I've got a dozen 4x1s. I want. Is it 12?
Yeah, Paul. We've now gone wireless. So
yeah,
at UKGE, you will see.
I know there are only. Okay, I've only got 10. So I've got.
Oh, actually, Paul, can I put in a pre-order for UKGE, mate? If I message you after.
10, 11. thought I had more of
Are you
these.
losing shit, sir?
No, it's fine. I cut these 4x1 sections fucking ages ago, and I forgot how many I actually cut. I thought I'd cut like 12 or 14 of the bloody things, but I've only got.
Night, Darren.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 here. And I'm going to need one of these frames, if I can show everybody at home. Yeah, night, Darren. Yeah. So if I go to my desktop cam, where are we here? We're going to turn that off. We're going to go Paul. We're going to go blah, blah, blah. So I've got a dozen of these. I reckon I need probably 3 each end.
Yes, mate. I'm talking to you. Do you want me to send it on Insta after?
Put free collection for UK. Yeah, put free collection. Collect at UKGE. So I reckon I'm going to need about 3 per thing. So what's that? I need 36. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
You're not even halfway
No,
there, mate.
I still need to keep going then. No danger of me. No danger of me having too many yet. Oh dear. Glue gun plus keyboard equals melted keyboard.
You fucking shit
Whoops.
up again.
Whoops. Oh dear. That didn't go
I've
well.
only got 4 left.
What, your trees?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. If at least if I write to you, Paul, it's there in writing rather than me just shouting it at you and then you having to rewatch the stream after.
Yeah, that does sound a little bit more organised, frankly.
I'm gonna get that the Arden expansion for Trench.
Okay. So, painting competition this month. Champion. Now, who's participating in our painting competition and what are we painting, guys? I tell you what I wanted to ask Darren about and he's fucking gone. I'm an idiot. We were looking at our next Frostgrave. Let me see if I can bring up Darren's Instagram. We were looking at our next Frostgrave mission, and it described things
4
with like
arms.
claws for arms, didn't it?
Yeah, 4 arms with like sword-like appendages.
Because I noticed, because I was saying, oh well, I could use Tyrannid warriors, blah blah blah, didn't I?
What's good for views, Paul?
Sorry?
Talking to Paul in chat.
Oh, okay.
Not you.
We'd call him Pandy, because then I'll know it's not me.
No, because he's actually in chat as Paul.
Look,
I tend to hurl obscenities
Don't worry about confusing everybody at home. Just use the bloody aliases and be done with it. Okay.
But he doesn't have an alias, dickhead.
That's not. He does, Pandy.
But he doesn't because it's not on his fucking YouTube.
I didn't say it had to be an alias that anybody knew. As long as we know what it is.
All right, cunt.
Do you know what? This is why I don't use Instagram. Just open the goddamn Instagram page. I don't want this stupid sidebar, whatever it is. Just open Instagram for me today. Would be good. Thank you. Right. Where did I see it? I'm sure I saw it on Darren's.
Yeah, but Paul, we don't do this for the views. We do this for your enjoyment at home.
Stop it. Right. Can I actually... Does anybody here know how to use Instagram? Can I actually just look at Darren's shit?
I do, but only on a mobile phone. Instagram on PC's fucking dog shit.
Just show me fucking Demon Sub, you piece of shit. Not everything that's ever been published on Instagram ever.
Yeah, but you want to look at everything that's ever been published on Instagram ever. How else are you meant to feed the meta algorithm?
Got it. Right, okay. So let's see if we can share this with people.
But we don't make money, Paul. We're never going to get monetized.
Yeah, I was going to say
because we're a shit show.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Paul. That ship has fucking sailed, mate. Can we edit this to make it this, and then make it visible? Fuck me, look at this. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. So, coming back to what we were talking about, I saw this on Darren's Insta, and I believe these are some like space bug things from Wargames Atlantic. And I was thinking, they look kind of like the shit that we were looking for Frostgrave, but they won't be £7 each, which the bollocks from Games Workshop will be. And it means that we can get something that we want, and I don't have to give the Games Workshop troll my cash. I don't know if you can actually see that on screen.
Yeah, I can see that.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon that might be worth a shout? Eh?
Yeah, possibly.
Wargames Atlantic Harvesters. There's everything off one sprue. And we needed 4 of the things, didn't we?
Yeah, but we don't need 4, do we? We need 12, you twat.
12?
Because we're running 3
no,
games
we need 6.
simultaneously.
It's 2 per table. It's 2 per table.
Okay.
You are right, we need 6. So actually, but I'm sure there's more than one sprue in the box. And because it's Wargames Atlantic, I can probably... Does anybody else own that? Anybody own that set? Now I know that Darren's fucked off, which is
actually Spam. Where does yours come from? Seeing as we're attacking other people for their aliases.
The nicknames. Oh, so we're doing nicknames. Yeah, Ewok's name is genius. But the most genius aspect of it is you're scared to ask. Ewok kebab.
Yeah, but again, it's like my airsoft nickname is Trip. Take a wild fucking guess why, boys and girls.
Oh, I tell you what was quite funny. I was showing my missus the video coverage that I'd edited for Dicini to see what she thought of the audio. And do you know what her first comment was? What the fucking hell has David got in his pockets? So you guys can see, if you watch the intro section of the video, here's a little sort of like behind the scenes. You get to see David's fucking pockets. You know, like those old flying trousers from like the end of the 19th century, the fucking balloon tops. Well, that's sort of what David's jeans look like, because he's got that much shit in his pockets.
Will you fuck off? Stop attacking me like that. It's Lycra Batman, bitch.
Ewok says, Ben likes my name, he just keeps giving me golden buttons. Okay, so Spam says, my brother and sisters used to call me Spam because I hated it. My mum forced us to eat it. Just so happens my name is Sam. Oh, dear. Now, everybody was expecting some really clever Monty Python thing, I'm guessing. Spam.
Spam hadn't seen Monty Python until I forced her to watch Holy Grail just before Christmas.
Presumably, you have made her watch the Spam sketch.
No, I haven't.
With a nickname like Spam and Egg, you didn't sort of say, oh, you have to see this.
No, I didn't.
Why? What the hell is wrong with you, man?
Special?
Have you got anything that's a bit less spammy? Oh, dear. So, yeah. Paul says he likes Wargames Atlantic. So, I'm assuming I should now I've finished gluing my last of my cut matches together. I shall have a little trawl on Wargames Atlantic site and see if I can find it. Be prepared for audio glitching. Let's go.
Brace yourselves.
So, Wargames Atlantic. Well, what have I actually got up for the people at home? That's fine.
I've got one more tree to wash and then we're done, boys and girls.
Woo! Not bad. Quarter 2. It's almost like he planned that project. I'm going to burn my hand. Why? Why would you put? You've got a hot glue gun. Why put it so that it's leaning over your keyboard? So every time you try to type, you burn your hand. Why would you do that?
That's on the operator, isn't it? Because I don't think it came installed with a fucking keyboard. You prick.
You'd think the second or third time I'd burnt my hand on it, I'd actually just move it. But you'd be wrong. You'd be oh so wrong. Right, okay.
Sadist.
So, come on then. What are we looking for here? We're looking for Wargames Atlantic Harvesters. Right, so we found the website. Let's go. Harvesters.
Not the pub chain.
No. Fucking hell, it's
two
even
completely
reduced.
Different things.
Let's see if we can share this with the boys and girls at home. 3, 2, 1. You're back in the room. Boom. A pandy. Wargames Atlantic are incredible value for money. I'll give you that. Our mate Ricky bought some SAS from them because obviously the Warlord ones are all metal, and they're the plastic SAS that he got for his bolt action army are fucking cracking. Ooh, that's a hot tip, Ewok. Apparently their World War One is very good for trench. Ooh, that's a good shout. Anyway, this is what we've got here. So 30 miniatures for 25 quid, people.
Yeah, fucking what?
Such good value. Okay, I shall be sending this link to my other half. Put this on the old Father's Day list. This would do us nicely, mate. Because you see, what's great is I can just put 4 of these things together. Now they looks like they are 3-legged, but I think they capture the theme for what we're going for, don't they? Oh no, look, you can build them with 4 arms. It looks like they've got. Oh no, that's it. That's perfect.
To be fair, the Frostgrave description said how many arms they had, not how many legs they had.
That's true. That is true. But do you know what?
Tripod in my way downtown. Dun, dun, dun.
That is going to be. I think I'm definitely. Look at this, and you can buy multiple boxes and get discounts. I do like Wargames Atlantic. I like the cut of their jib, as we would say. Let's go back to the main scene.
There we go. fucking tree's done.
Ewok, what the fuck? The harvester bugs are based on the insects you would find in a typical harvester salad bar.
Oh, Paul, I know what I meant to tell
What,
you.
David? What?
Pledge manager for Epic Warpath is
I
alive.
know it is. Do you know what? That is a good shout. I actually had an email, obviously, because I had backed, and I need to get on that. I need to ask Ricky what we're actually what we're backing.
I don't know what I want to back.
Are you getting in?
I'm in. I bought in because you two bought in.
Okay, so you've backed yourself.
Yeah, I backed myself.
You're not piggybacking off my kit, my pledge manager, like Ricky is.
No.
9, 12, 15, 18, 20. I think that is 3, 6.
Because I've got the Sergeant pledge,
15.
and I'm going for the resin STL printy upgrades.
Yeah. I probably won't bother with those. But so, have you decided what faction you're going with?
Either Asterians, Space Dwarves, or Enforcers. I haven't decided.
3. Have you you've literally listed every single faction there? That's so lazy.
No, I haven't, because there's GCPS, Marauders. I know you're on about going Plague.
Yeah, I
There's
think Plague. Ewok says he went GCPS because he was forced into it by so-called friends. Okay. As I think we talked about it before, I reckon Plague is the only one I wouldn't want to do at 28 because it's Horde.
Not do it 28.
I don't want to do it at 28, so it just makes sense to do it at this scale. Because I know the Plague, you have to paint quite a lot of minis.
Yeah.
So I think on that basis, it's probably the best one for me to go for. I do my neck. I've got the dwarves, my Forge Fathers. My next.
Would you do Veermin?
Veermin, I would very much do, but I would probably do them at firefight scale. So it doesn't make sense for me to get an Epic Warpath Veermin army if I'm going to then do it for firefight. Do you know what I mean?
I think Ricky was on about getting Marauders.
Yeah, which is fine because that doesn't really appeal to me. I don't mind that. None of the sort of human-y factions really appeal. The Enforcers and the Marauders, not Enforcers. What's the
GCPS?
GCPS. That none of them. They don't really appeal. Again, Marauders. I've already got Marauders for Dead Zone.
The only thing I'm not happy about is they've opened the pledge manager, but we still don't know what the Veermin, Marauder, and
the big resin feature pieces are.
Yeah, we don't know what their super heavies are.
Okay. So how does that work then if they haven't announced the minis?
Meh. I don't know.
How long is the pledge manager open for?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's one of them things, Ewok. I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. If I win the lottery and I'm getting people to if I win the lottery and get somebody to commission paint me one of every faction, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, you've got to be selective to avoid getting buried in the mire, and doing the same faction at both scales seems a bit redundant.
Yeah.
Like I say, I have Marauders already. To be fair, what I should probably do is I've got Marauders already at Dead Zone level. If I do Veermin for firefight, that gives me 2 firefight armies. I could probably do one of the ones like GCPS.
You have fucking Space Dwarves.
I have Forge Fathers at firefight scale.
Yeah.
I have probably enough spare Forge Father miniatures to do them for Dead Zone as well.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Because that's what happens, isn't it? When you start collecting stuff, you end up with spares.
Well, we know I'm going Dwarves. even though I have dwarves in Armada,
Oh!
because I back that Kickstarter, I'm going for dwarves for my Kings of War, aren't I?
Yeah. Ewok, would you be able to bring that to UKG, or is that a logistical problem? That Star Saga?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Actually,
David is very interested.
because I'm currently playing. What am I playing? I'm playing Space Station Zero with Ricky. We're on, I think, scenario 4 now. And then I have rolled up a 5 parsecs campaign. So what I might
I
try
knew
and
somebody
do,
was going to do the cheese me gag. We've got Brie. We're sort of like we're doing cheese related banter now in the chat. Sorry, mate. Carry on. Ignore them cheesing away.
and I've rolled up my 5 parsecs campaign. So I'm going to probably do some 5 parsecs, and I might even try doing a let's play if my PC will let me do the video edits, etc.
Your PC will let you do video edits. Mine does video
Yeah, well,
edits.
I'm also thinking of getting a new PC. So,
Well, you'll definitely do video edits. Jesus, my piece of shit allows. I mean, I don't do high res, but even mine allows me to do video edits in OpenShot. Like I say, I managed to render that video at 1280, 720 by 1280 in 2 hours for a 1 hour video.
Actually, we've got 5 minutes left.
I know. I've been watching the clock.
Let me go back to Video Ninja.
Oh! Are you sharing? Because you finished.
Yes. Let's move the San Miguel can out of the way.
San Miguel. Yeah, do you know what, Ewok? Get us a quote for the postage, buddy, and ping me on Discord. DM me.
Whereabouts are you based, Ewok? Are you over Derby way?
I'm sure we could work out something logistically where we can get it off you. Let me... 3, 2, 1, David's back in the room. Cupboardy.
Look at them.
Looking good, mate. They're looking really good.
And I've gone heavier on some. So we've got a couple of variations of tone and application. Now, the only question I have for the boys and girls at home is, does that trunk want a dry brush to pull that detail out? Or do we think that, fuck it, it's all right?
Do you want me to call, or are you going to listen to the people in the chat?
I know what your answer is going to be. Chilcon Sheffield would be a great place.
Are they doing a Chilcon at Sheffield? What is this wizardry? Yeah, Ewok is based at Derby, mate. Send me the postage quote anyway, Ewok.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Boom, boom. For me, mate, I wouldn't bother.
No, this is what I'm thinking, because it's going to be shadowed by the fucking foliage anyway.
It's not only that, it's terrain. Yeah, Paul says he likes it as it is. I think
the only thing I am going to do is go in and dry brush the stones, but I'm going to do the base mud, but I'm going to do that all at the same time that I do the bits that they fit into, because they're in a set.
Well, even if he doesn't have the Vallejo smoke effect, I have it. Ewok, is that something that you've used on trees before? Because that's a good shout. I've never seen it or heard of it being used that way before. But that is a good
Spam. Shout. Get your shout out in there that you helped me on these. Fuck's sake.
That was subtle spam. Nobody spotted it. Well done. That was really well done. Subtle.
Seamless. That was. What was the other thing I was going to say to boys and girls at home? Seeing as I'm on a bit of a terrain fest at the moment, let me move shit out of the way.
It's a very unique thing, isn't it, Ewok? Because effectively it's just like a weird tint.
Let me make some space. Boys and girls at home may recognise these. They are the bits from Necromunda Ash Wastes. Ideas on schemes, boys and girls, or have a red Mars map that these would go on? I'm thinking rust undercoat and then chipping, salt chipping probably.
Because why
but
wouldn't
more. What are we thinking color wise?
Yellow goes well with the orange, but doesn't stand out
The
too much.
The only thing I will say with the yellows is I don't have much of a choice, and Ricky's currently got them all because Ricky's borrowing them to paint his Frostgrave.
Oh my God, Paul, you're fucking Santa obsessed.
I could do deck tan and red rust.
Hang on, where's Ewok? What about Iraqi sand and Russian uniform?
Fuck off, a lot of you.
Are we not being helpful?
No, you're being a bunch of twats. Shit. Right. Oh, hello.
Oh! Did you see what Ewok's put? Well, the first thing that you need to do with Necromunda Trade is pay way too much for it.
To be fair, mate, it was given to me by Dan, bless him.
Yep. I was going to say, Ewok, the fact that he was given it for free is almost the entire reason that he owns it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone out and bought it myself. Let's just say
I think, what was that Ashweight starter set? Thick end of 200 quid.
180, something like that.
Fucking crazy ass money.
There we go, boys and girls. We've got some. We're gonna just throw some fuck off.
I say that you should go with a yellow and black scheme.
Do you now?
Yeah. And I know what you're saying about the yellows, but how many fucking yellows do you need?
True.
Do you know what I mean?
There we go. That's what they're going to look like when they're done.
Hopefully they're going to be a bit heavier covered than that. That tree looks a bit sickly.
But the point being, we're getting there on them.
Yeah, I think if you've got an orangey red Mars mat, the yellow would work in the same palette, but it won't blend all the way in. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the other thing. Just be careful about the rust effect. Because if you go fucking mad with the rust effect, you'll have orange terrain on an orange mat, and the whole thing might look a bit fucking weird.
Don't you come round here having to go at me about my rust effects.
I mean, Jesus Christ. That bloody Gaslands car you did. It looked like a 1980s Ford Escort. The fucking thing was 80% rust. It was just rust and rubber.
Wow. Well, it's...
But this fucking hell. You only had to sell one lung. Have you spared yourself strangely short of breath recently? That's fucking funny. Oh my God.
It's 10 o'clock, mate.
It is. Let's be done with this nonsense. Right, guys. A bit of a change of pace. Not exactly the tightly scripted experience that we're used to from us. What? Who the fuck am I kidding?
When have we ever been mentioned as tightly scripted?
I don't know. I don't know who's tighter, us or fucking Ewok. Ewok's getting pretty tight on his vodka in the chat. Right. Let's call it. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you watched tonight, thank you very much for everybody who was in the chat. Legends, as usual. They're the real stars of the show. And they all deserve our freaking gratitude and thanks. If you can only do one thing, please click the like button on the stream. It only takes you a second, but it means masses to us in terms of the YouTube algorithm. If you can do any of the other crap that's underneath it, then that's fucking amazing as well. And we don't deserve you as an audience. But the like is all that we ask. We're done for the night. And next week, you will see us probably fucking showing you our holiday pics. There'll be a massive slideshow, and we'll be nerding out over all the cool shit we're going to see on Sunday. And hopefully I'll manage to get the video for the last show uploaded before I have to start fucking editing the video for the next show.
You want to know the best thing?
It's a busy month.
You got another one to fucking edit in 2 weeks' time, mate.
Fuck's sake.
You
Oh
fucking
my
love
God.
it. You made a
So
run for your own
much.
back.
Who the fuck put all these shows in 1 month? What psychopath is this? Right, let's call it goodbye, everybody, and have a good week of gaming until we see you next Thursday. See you later.
Night, guys.